Hi, I'm Mark Summer. I'm a reporter at the Buffalo News, and I'm here today with Monica Pellegrino-Fakes. She's the executive director of the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation. Monica, your not-for-profit group, which started in 1997, has pretty exciting news this week. What's happening over there?
We've announced our developer. We had a national search after many years of hard work of getting in the right place to be able to do a search. And we've selected a team, CB Emmanuel Realty, the Alexander Group, and Rise Community Capital. And we picked this team because they really align with our vision that we created with the community, and they have the bandwidth to take on this project. They're a national firm with a lot of local knowledge and deep Western New York roots.
This is a monumentally big project, right? The Central Terminal is 523,000 square feet. The project is $300 million. Multi-phase project over 10 years. And you're doing this with the city as well, I should point out. So this isn't something that's going to just change overnight. It's going to take a good while before we're really starting to see the kind of changes that everyone's looking forward to over there.
One of the things we loved about this team is they're really focusing on our crown jewel, the main terminal building and the concourse that's so well known and loved. There's multiple other buildings on our property and the property that the city owns next door, and those will become a focus as well as we work with the developer to sharpen our vision, and we work on the safety and stabilization that's needed to help bring the reuse online.
In the community engagement that you did for the master plan that's guiding your work, you talked to a lot of people in the neighborhood, the Broadway-Fillmore neighborhood. What are people's feelings toward the Central Terminal? Because for so long it's loomed over the east side as this vacant Art Deco structure that was once home to over 200 trains a day, but for decades has had no real activity other than the special events that your group has done from time to time.
Well, we've really tied our future together very closely with the Broadway-Fillmore neighborhood, and we see our futures as aligned and linked. We worked, as you said, really closely with the community in the master plan, but also leading up to the developer selection. They were involved in that, and we have some similar goals about making the Central Terminal an economic opportunity and really linkages to the neighborhood and the Broadway market and making those strong. Some people held out hope for decades that something would happen, and some people had given up hope. So we're really all thrilled to be at this point where we're launching into a new future.
My understanding is that it's a little premature to talk about specific uses of the property, but there are conceptually there are some ideas of how it's going to be used. The tower building, I'm told, is being looked at for residential and office use. The mail and baggage building is being looked at for light industrial and also residential use. And then the concourse at this early stage is being looked at for potentially entertainment, for possibly culinary school uses. There's a bunch of ideas out there, but it's still premature to really talk about anything specific at this point, right?
Right, and yet we do know a fair bit because we spent a lot of time working on this with the community and developing the master plan. So these ideas that you are bringing up, they align really well with this planning. And yet at the same time, we really need to sharpen our focus. The developer will sharpen their focus. We're taking a moment here to just really celebrate and this moment that we've worked on so hard, and recognize all the people that helped us to save the building, and then tomorrow we're getting right to work on sharpening the details.
So some might think you're a glutton for punishment because you were the executive director of the Richardson Olmsted campus, which, you know, it was in derelict condition for decades. You guided that project with the Richardson Center Corporation for many years. Before you left that job, you saw the opening of Hotel Henry, which didn't succeed during COVID and is now the Richardson Hotel under the ownership of Douglas Jamal. And then you came over to the Central Terminal, another colossal project in desperate need of restoration. And so here you are doing that. Some might say you're the right person at the right time.
Well, these are both major community projects and public-private projects too. These are both projects that are really significantly funded by state and philanthropy at the start, because there's a recognition that they're important and that they really matter to the future of Buffalo and they matter to their neighborhoods, and that's really a big part of what I love about both of these projects.
Congratulations. Everyone will be watching to see what happens next.
Thank you, Mark. We're off to a great start of our new future.